Summer can feel like total chaos. Kids are home, routines go out the window, and your business can feel like it is barely just surviving. But what if you could flip the script and be 10 times more productive by just being a little bit more strategic? Think about this: less stress, more structure, and even more time for yourself. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Today, we're diving in how to be 10 times more productive this summer as a busy working mom and zero free time. I'm going to share with you exactly how I do this as a busy wife, mama, and full-time business owner running all the things, the babies, the business, the body. So we get to have it all. Let's dive in how to be 10 times more productive this summer, even as a busy mom with no time. But first, before we dive in, hi, my name is Sandi Glandt. I'm a high performance productivity coach, wife, mama to two very busy boys, TV host, best-selling author, and every week I share with you tips on how to be more productive, more streamlined, more organized, to have more time to do the things that you love. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button below, and share with another mama who would love to have this information in her life, who would love to have more time, more space, and more freedom. I know you know probably one, actually probably a few, who could use these tips and videos. So sharing is caring. Share with her. And let's dive in to how to 10x your productivity this summer as a busy working mom. Tip number one, and these are in no particular order, but the first tip that I have for you is to shift into summer mode, but with a plan. A lot of times we kind of just let the summers be loose and free. And while that might seem fun in the beginning, you're probably going to get to a point where you realize there needs to be a little bit more structure to your days. So something really fun that you can do, and my kids love this, is having theme days. Now, you've heard me talk about this before, having themed days in your business, but what if you had theme days in your business and also at home? So certain days where the kids are focusing on certain chores or maybe even doing certain work for themselves that keep them focused as well. So something that I like to do is use my Sundays as a reset. And even if it takes just 15 minutes, this is like what I like to call a summer sync. Yes, that's right. So your summer sync allows you to have a little session, a little time, maybe with yourself. I would highly recommend getting your spouse or your partner involved as well as your kids, for a couple of reasons. Number one, they get to be on the same page with you, but also they're going to have some feedback. Maybe there's something special. Like for me, I call my Fridays my Freedom Fridays. And Fridays for me are really fun. They're really expansive. Sometimes they're event days. Sometimes it's me taking my kids out to a really fun lunch or an activity. And when you get them involved, they're more likely to actually show up and do what is planned on the calendar on the schedule. So I would say shift into a summer organization mode with a plan, so you're not just winging it and feeling super overwhelmed. Okay, number two, it's going to sound harsh at first, but I promise you it is a game changer once you start implementing it. Number two is I want you to wake up before anybody else in your house, even if it's just 30 minutes. And I will tell you from personal experience, I was never, ever, ever, you can ask my husband, a morning person. As a matter of fact, there's an entire video that I dedicated on this, on how to become a morning person. So you should definitely check that out. But waking up 30 minutes before the rest of your house, your spouse, your kids, like, it is my most cherished part of the day because it's my me time. I have worked out before in the morning, and that's typically when I do get my workouts in, is in the morning from 6 a.m. to 7, because there's no mommy, I need a water, or mommy, I need a snack, or, the craziness of the business day. It's just time for me to be with me and to focus on whatever that is that I want to do. Maybe journaling, maybe a workout. I mean, typically every morning for me, Monday through Friday, is a 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. workout. So for me, my power hour is just happens to be at that time. I get up at 5:35 and then I move my body. I get my workout in. So getting this in is going to be so, so powerful for you mentally and physically. So wake up before the house, even if it's just 30 minutes, and do something that you love. That has really been the trick for me in this process, is doing something that I look forward to. So even though I'm getting up early and getting uncomfortable and getting up out of bed, I'm looking forward to doing that thing that's next. I'm looking forward to the workout. I'm looking forward to the meditation time. I'm looking forward to moving my body, getting in my coffee, especially after my workout. I really look forward to that. So do something that gets you excited, that's going to get you up and moving before anybody else in your house. Burnout doesn't take a summer break. Between road trips, long days in the sun, and everyone's schedules exploding, your body takes the hit. Soursop gummies are your daily defense, fueled by over 200 active compounds to boost energy, strengthen immunity, reduce inflammation, and calm your stress. This is a mom's must-have for the summertime. Sugar-free, non-GMO, and low-carb, Soursop gummies are created by a team that truly cares about helping you heal naturally and holistically. Bundle and save today. Your family's summer strength starts here. Head over to the link in the description or soursopnutrition.com/Sandy. And make sure to use code Sandy20 for 20% off your entire order. Tap the link to start your best summer ever. Tip number 3 to 10x your productivity this summer as a busy working mom who has no free time is to batch your work like a boss. Okay, this is one of my favorite things to do. And you'll find yourself, again, whether you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a business owner, or you're wearing many of these or multiple of these hats, that you have a lot of repetitive work. So let's say in business, you have to get out content. Social media, it's just something that, whether it's long form, short form, whatever that looks like for you, it's really important that we can maximize the time that we have in this area. So something that I'm going to challenge you to do is to start batching your work like a boss. If you have to do video content, batch out your video content. Get 2, 3, 4, 5 videos done at once so you can just get it done and get it out of the way. That is going to be so useful. And when you can use tools like your Google Calendar or your planner to get things color coded and organized, it's going to set you up for success in a way that you can't even imagine how much time you're going to get back. So get it on the calendar, get it organized and color coded and scheduled, batch out your similar tasks together, whether that's making client calls, following up, emails, making content, doing your marketing. I mean, there's so many things in versus on the business. I actually talk about this in my High Performance Accelerator Academy, why both of these are so important. But batch out the work like a boss, and you're going to see how much time this frees up for you. Okay, speaking of my High Performance Accelerator Academy, I would love for you to join us in this program. Now, there's 2 ways for you to join. The first one is by subscribing to the channel and actually coming in for a guest appearance as a guest in the High Performance Academy, where you can come in, you can see one of our topics that we're talking about for the week, and meet the incredible women in the Academy. The second way to join as a full-time member is actually clicking the link below and signing up as one of our members. We have amazing members in our academy that are all going after really big goals, but doing it in a very streamlined and systemized way where they get to show up and run life on their terms as businesswomen, as mothers, as leaders in their community, and doing it in a way that is fueled with their passion and purpose, but also where it gets to be really expansive. So make sure to check the Academy out, sandraglandt.com/Academy, or click the link below and come join us. I cannot wait to see you inside. All right, number 4, ladies, get ready. This is one of my favorite hacks that I have that helps in every area. It helps in home, it helps in business, it helps with the kids, it helps you as the mom, as the leader. Okay, here we go. Tip number 4 that I have for you is to outsource the overwhelm. This is literally a game changer. I want you to think about, or maybe even write out, all the things that overwhelm you: the laundry, the dishes, the errands, the UPS returns, like all the things. I'm just listing off the things that like overwhelm me. So maybe you resonate. If you resonate or whatever you're overwhelmed with, comment below and let me know. But I want you to think about all the things that are on your plate that overwhelm you. And I want you to start outsourcing them. So for me, I think of like the dry cleaning. We have someone that comes to the house that picks up the dry cleaning, takes it away, and brings it back a week later. And it's completely done. Like I hang up my husband's clothes, mine are done, like chef's kiss. It's off my plate. I don't have to worry about it. Even things like meal prepping, right? Like you could do this. You could hire someone to do this. Maybe even someone coming into your home to help you with picking up the house, doing the laundry, helping out with the dishes, or maybe running your errands for you. That is like such a big thing that's always on my plate, that outsourcing that and having someone to just like pick up the extra slack. Not only, I know what you're going to say, it's going to cost me money. I know, but it's also costing you valuable time by you doing these things. So I want you to think about the ROI, that by outsourcing the overwhelm, how much time and freedom that's actually going to give you and buy you back. So write out the things that overwhelm you and now start to outsource them, and start with one at a time. Maybe the first thing you start outsourcing is your dry cleaning. And then the next thing you start outsourcing is your errands. And then the next thing you start outsourcing is someone coming into the house and helping you in the home once a week. Start small and watch how big of an impact this is going to change for you. Tip number 5 is really, really fun and makes a massive impact. So let's dive in. Tip number 5 is to create kid hours and CEO hours. Now, if you have ever tried to be in mom mode and work mode at the same time, you know what I'm talking about. Trying to take phone calls or do emails, and the kids, again, they need snacks or they want to watch something on TV, or they're fighting and arguing, and you're just like gonna burst at the seams because you're like, how can I possibly do both of these at the same time? Well, when you're a busy mom and you have zero free time, you've got to get creative. So I'm going to put a little spin on my mom hours and my CEO hours. I highly encourage you to find things for your kids to do and implement in the home or in their creative zone as well. So for instance, maybe the mornings are playtime, right? The mornings are the time for the kids to like play and get active and go outside because it's summer and they just, they want to be outside. But then when it's time for lunch, they get involved. They get involved in like making the lunches, picking up from the lunches, helping around the house, maybe doing maybe we don't call it schoolwork. They do extra work, during the summer, some reading, some writing, so you can get your work done, right? The house should work like an ecosystem. Like everything should support each other versus there being kind of like a broken chain in the cycle. And when everything is working together, it's going to optimize every area. So what I want you to do is think about the time that you are going to get your best work done. Maybe it's in the morning or the afternoons. I want you to strategically set the kids up for their own little pods of work and their own little CEO hours so they can work. Again, if they're older, this is going to work. If they're younger, maybe you do this during their nap time, like your CEO hours. But having this system in place is going to be such a game changer because not only is everything going to work together, but you're also going to find that you have more strategic, organized days and hours than just kind of trying to mesh everything together. So find your kid hours, find your CEO hours, and really define what this looks like for you. Can we just talk about how bedtime used to be for us? Oh my gosh, you guys, I was hanging off one side of the bed. My kids were laying sideways across the entire bed. And my husband, he was literally falling off the bed. Don't even get me started on the stiff necks. We were actually at the chiropractor more than we were sleeping. We just thought that we had to deal with it until we found Alaskan King bed. Now we can actually co-sleep without the kids kicking us all night long. Everyone has plenty of space, and my husband finally stays in the bed. And we all wake up feeling refreshed, like we actually slept the whole night. Because we did. If you're a growing family like us, this bed is a total game changer. More space equals more snuggles, less stress, and so much more quality time. And that was the true reason why we fell in love with this bed. Trust me, you will never go back. So head on over to AlaskanKingBeds.com and use code Sandi for a discount. Wishing you and your family sweet dreams from my family to yours. Make sure you head over to AlaskanKingBeds.com. I also want to point out that when you work in flow with your family, you stop working against yourself. So get everybody on the same page and start building together and watch how the magic unfolds. Tip number 6, this one is so important if you're really looking to scale and grow your business and not fall behind in the summer. So tip number 6 is to use the summer to simplify your business. This is a great time to start putting in different organization systems and structuring your business. This is the perfect time to build your systems to give you the time and the freedom in the space in the fall. So it's really important to get this all organized now. So when you kind of hit your fall stride and things start picking up for some of you that aren't traveling as much, or maybe there's not a whole bunch of activities that you can now focus more on the business, you are in such a state of organization that you've done now and you don't have to kind of backtrack in the fall. So a great thing to do right now and to focus on is audit your offers, look at your marketing, your media kits, look at what you're going to be using going forward in the fall and the winter seasons of your business. So right now you can kind of take a pause, kind of reanalyze, revisit, do that audit of where things need to be updated or changed or photos or copy. So you can really dive in now, do the deep dive, update everything, and then really be ready to go for the fall. This is the time that we optimize and really use the summer to simplify your business and use this as a springboard to go into the fall season. Tip number 7, I know that all my busy mamas are going to love this. Now, when you are a busy mom and you're running a business and you feel like you have zero free time, this is where this tip is just going to really make an impact for you. And that is energy beats time. Now, what do I mean by this? You want to use something called the Pomodoro effect. And what this is really working towards your strengths and your energy zones that you know are best for you. So instead of working in 8-hour sprints, 6-hour sprints, work in a 20-minute focused sprint that you know is very intentional and strategic. Okay. The other thing that's really important is that if you do have kids at home and you are working, maybe they're not out at camp or, you're just working, you're working and the kids are home, having a space that you can work in when your energy level is high versus like, I know for me, the end of the day is not where my energy is the highest. Like I have one of my best girlfriends, she can come home from work and she can tap into like a heavy weighted, workout. And I have to do mine at the beginning of the day. That is where I have the most energy. The same thing goes for in business. You have to know what those and where those energy levels are the most high so you can tap into them in those 90-minute sprints. So figure out where those time blaster areas are for you, those time booster areas, and really lean into that. So you're not trying to push yourself so hard. For me, it would be at the end of the day when I've got to get dinner on the table, when I'm wrapping up the work day. And then now it's time for me to really like put the most energy and focus in those areas. For me, that would never work. So I have to look at where are those blocks going to be best used for my energy so I can really be strategic with my time. Number 8, I am so excited to share because this is really, really fun. So, this is another way for you to 10x your productivity for the summer as a busy working mom with zero free time that is really creative or really strategic and going to help you move forward in a really fun way. And tip number 8, what I have for you is to involve your kids in your schedule. Now, my kiddos are 5 and 7, and they're at the age where, like, even when they were, I don't know, I'll even say 2 and 3 years old, they could help with things like being in my content, being with me in my videos, and like they would help me in different ways at different ages and stages. So now that they're a little bit older, they can help in new ways now because their capabilities are greater. So I want you to think about this in 2 ways. Number one, how can you get them involved in the schedule that you have? Maybe for you, it's having them help you in your B-roll, in your videos. Maybe they're old enough where I have a business partner where her daughter gets involved, helping her pack PR boxes or like swag boxes for her clients and potential clients. Maybe they help to brainstorm ideas or work on Canva and make different kinds of projects or video editing, depending on the skill set of the age and the talent, really the talent of that child and what they're interested in. Get them working to their strengths. So it's really, really fun when they can get involved, obviously age appropriate, but getting them involved with your business so they can see what you're doing and be a part of that process. And also, part of the kids' schedule that you can get them involved with is giving them different chores to do, tasks to do around the house when you are working. So maybe part of their job in the home is while mom is working, they're helping to do laundry, or they're helping with the dishes, or they're helping to like pack up the dishwasher. There's so many things that our kids can do that they're totally capable of, that are age appropriate, that not only can they do, but it's really going to help and support them in being a part of the family unit, in contributing to the family, and they're going to feel so good about it. So whether it's them diving into their own work, homework, kind of summer work, or helping around the house, get them involved in this ecosystem where they're either helping in the home or in your business, and they can really feel like they're a part of it. Number 9 for how to 10 extra productivity as a busy working mom, even if you have no free time. I know my mamas are going to love this one. Number 9 is to plan a guilt-free me time. Plan this into your week. Maybe this is you going out for a quick little Starbucks pick me up, a quick little whatever your cup of tea is, your tea, your coffee, little errand, nail appointment that you get to do for yourself. As you know, we cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you are feeling exhausted and worn out and you feel like you're running on all cylinders with your business and the home and the chores and the kids and their work, you will feel like you are bursting at the seams or you've already exploded. So what we want to do is we want to reel that back in and look at summer as an opportunity. Look at summer as an opportunity to get everything in order, to get your team and your kids and your family aligned, all on the same page. Because when you do this, there's something really powerful that happens. Number one, whether this is with your team or with your family, you feel like a team. You are in so much more alignment than if everyone's working with their own goals and their own space and their own timelines. So I want to share something with you. The kids and I did a really fun activity I want to say about a week ago. And I just bought some poster board from the store, some stickers. And I said to the boys, I said, let's write out what the summer plan is going to look like. And we had 5 categories. Actually, I'm going to pull these up on my phone. So we had all different categories that both Jake and Jordy, they wanted to do this summer. So these 5 different categories, all were under, okay, I can't find it now. So I'm going to just keep going back into my talking, into the scripts. So the boys had goals that we mapped out for summer specifically. These goals were under how they're going to help others in their community, something that they want to learn, something that they want to try for the first time. And these goals, there was 5 different areas that we were focusing on. It allowed them to think outside the box and get really creative about what they're learning, what they're doing, how they're staying active. So just to give you an example, both the boys said that for physical activity, they wanted to move their body for 30 minutes a day. Jake said he wanted to learn something that he wanted to learn over the summer was Portuguese. He wanted to start his own YouTube channel. Jordy wanted to go to an animal shelter and walk the dogs there and help the animals, which was so sweet. So they each had their own little goals that they set for the summer. But what we did is they mapped this all out, and then I bought the poster board and we just like cut out little photos. They put some stickers on and Jake and Jordy both presented these goals, their goals to Jared and I about what they want to accomplish over the summer. Now, what does that do? Number one, that gets them thinking really clearly on how they're going to design their days, on what they're focusing on, and building out a very intentional summer. Now, on the flip side, that also helps me as a mom structure what they're doing, what they're involved in, where we're showing up, what activities they're involved in. So I'm not picking things that I want them to do. I'm picking things that are aligned with how they want to show up physically, how they want to grow, what they want to get involved with, how they want to learn and be expansive over the summer. So that gets to be really powerful because now I'm aligned with their goals, but also going back to my tip that I have for you about planning these guilt-free times for you, for mom, right? For this is your time to go and have that outlet where you get to fuel just into you. We're so used to fueling into everyone around us, our partners, our kids, our team members, that it's okay to take a moment for you and go do something that you enjoy. Again, maybe it's getting your nails done, a massage, a cup of coffee. Hot showers don't count, and going to the bathroom by yourself does not count. That is not a luxury. That should just be a standard that you get to have that free peace and quiet time. Okay. So something that you really enjoy. So I want you to figure out what that is for you, or write it down and make that a non-negotiable in your calendar, in your schedule each week. Tip number 10 that I am so excited to share with you as we round out our 10x your productivity this summer, even as a busy working mom with zero free time, is to set your summer non-negotiables. Now, everyone's are going to look different, but I want to know, what are your non-negotiables? How are you showing up? I know for me, I love getting out of my comfort zone, doing new experiences. Maybe for you, this is in business, making new contacts, hosting an event, launching a podcast, maybe starting a new show, whatever that venture is for you, you have to have your non-negotiables. Now, I like to do this the same way that I do with my kids, for business, for personal, for health, and then for expansion. So whatever that is for you, I want you to comment below. Just share with me one. Share with me one non-negotiable that you have for yourself for this summer. Maybe it's getting more rest this summer. Maybe it's connecting with some new contacts in a certain area or organization this summer. Maybe for you, it is launching something exciting coming in the fall. Maybe it's attending an event. I don't know what that is for you, but I want to know. Comment below so you can get into the ecosystem of getting around other people who are thinking bigger and also are setting non-negotiables for themselves so they can continue to win and see success in all areas of your life. I can't wait to see what yours is. And again, if you want to get into a community that is thriving and winning and expanding, the High Performance Academy is for you. You can check that out at sandraglandt.com/academy. If you want to work smarter, not harder, and finally have a summer that fuels your business and your future and your family life, this is the place to be. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I want to hear from you. Let me know your number one productivity tip for the summer in the comments below. I can't wait to see you on the next episode. And as always, make sure you go out and slay your day.